I did request to go last because ours is very short, and I thought maybe we could be using this to make up time. I don't think we're going to be in any danger of that, so we're good. All right. So my name is Christian Forsland. I am the GIS project manager for the Wake County GIS project and portfolio management team. I'm joined by Tariq El Adham, one of Wake County's senior GIS analysts on the PPM team. I also want to give a shout out to Wes Askew, a GIS engineer who provided an assist on the project, but he's not with us here today because we felt that 3 co-presenters was overkill for a 6 to 7 minute presentation. We are taking this opportunity at the LGC Enlightening Round session here at the conference to discuss a small project we undertook this past year. And us being here will also serve as somewhat of a public service announcement, which actually factors into part of the project as well. I do think that everybody in this room is going to be familiar with the almost constant state of change that GIS professionals and organizations experience. That change can come from any direction or at any time. In this case, we're focusing on those ever-present, unanticipated after effects of those lovely software updates that we occasionally have to go through. This specific project at hand was the update of about 24 publicly shared ArcGIS Online map image layers, which became apparent and necessary after a fairly recent AGOL update. This project was simply called ArcGIS Online Map Image Layer Deprecation and required a fair amount of planning and inventory for an organization of Wake County's size before we could implement the ESRI recommended changes. The project also included performing affected user due diligence, the development of a communication plan as part of change management, which, as I mentioned before, is exactly why we are here today in front of LGC interested constituency. In addition to internal users, Wake County is home to 12 separate municipalities, RDU International Airport, a handful of universities. We share a border or are adjacent to 11 additional counties or municipalities. That being said, Wake County data, content, services can often be included as subject matter in any number of regional or statewide projects at any given time. Therefore, we recognize that communicating the change, is just as important as making the change, and that's exactly what we're doing here. We're taking this opportunity, in addition to to planning future and more direct communication with our immediate neighbors, to inform them of the affected services and how to address the change from a technical perspective if necessary. Of course, Wake also has internal users as well who are affected by this change, and Tariq is here with me to discuss how Wake County handled this project internally so that we can share with other organizations that might be facing this similar situation and be able to deploy similar measures as well.
Thanks. As Christian mentioned, we have 24 public-facing map image layers that are deprecated now and are scheduled for deletion. The reason for this is because we discovered an issue when users reached out to us reporting that these layers were not drawing when added to new web maps. So, we do what we do and, looked into it and confirmed that, yes, this is a valid issue and that, it's not just user error. So what we did next is we reached out to ESRI to get their input, and they recommended that we replace these older map image layers created prior to 2017. And the issues are likely due to software updates over the years. So we realized, we're going to have to replace all these map image layers, and but we also had to determine the impacts of this. We understand that there's internal, external users that rely on this data and use it on a regular basis. So for internal users, one of our GIS engineers, Wes, created a Python script to determine the number of web maps that reference these map image layers that are deprecated now. And the results were actually pretty significant. We had over 500 web maps in our organization that reference these layers. And our biggest concern was that, when we eventually go to delete these deprecated map image layers, that the web links would be broken and, there'd be disgruntled users, et cetera. So we decided to do further testing and investigation, and we picked one of these low usage layers and deleted it to see what impacts it had on, one of these older web maps. Luckily, the layer still drew in the web map. Even after deletion, that was, indicating that the service was still being referenced in the web map. Now, that was good news to us, but as a best practice, we are recommending that these layers be replaced with the new authoritative layers, and that's our approach moving forward. So for external users, we have a communication plan that we're using. We are actively spreading the word to, go ahead and replace these deprecated layers, use our authoritative layers, and while we're up here speaking to you all today. Just given the number of users potentially impacted, we are deleting these deprecated layers to the end of 2025, and that will be our approach. We will send out reminders in NCGIS listserv and other avenues, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Any questions? Or did you have anything else to add?
No, just sorry for the lack of slides and cute dogs, but I mean,
No, we can't beat the dogs. So is this an issue that most of us are going to end up facing?
it's possible.
Okay, so you're on call. We're going to probably need more information when we start to see this become prevalent.
Yeah, and we do have the intention of, participating in other LGC opportunities as well, just so, because again, Wake County, proximity to so many regional or statewide organizations, they might experience this with using our services, but they may experience it on their own as well.
Right.
But we've kind of, we have a viable solution that we feel that could be utilized by anybody else, and they're welcome to give us a call and say, how did you handle this, and how can we handle it?
Fantastic. Thank you for the heads up. We appreciate it. All right, thank you. All right, well, that does it for our enlightening rounds. We appreciate that y'all joined us today. We are, tomorrow morning, we're going to do coffee with the council, so all of the GICC council members will be around so that you can hang out, talk, have coffee, ask questions, grill us on anything. So please join us, stop by, swing by, say hey. I do have LGC stickers that I have not yet landed anywhere. I do believe we have a table for GICC, so they will be in the exhibit hall, so, or come find me, I'll just have them in my pocket. So get your LGC stickers, grab a handful, stick them on everything. And on Friday, we are gonna have the GICC board meeting, so you are welcome to join us. We hope you do. Any other PSAs that I need to hit? Where and when is the coffee? Say that again. So coffee with the council is, I believe, starting around 8:30, and it'll be in the exhibit hall. I guess where probably you can find us wherever our table is, which I haven't found yet, so I don't know where to tell you that is. But we'll be here, so come say hey. All right, I would like to thank our local government panel. We appreciate it as always, and have a great afternoon, guys. Thank you.